Whoa, 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 whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we back at it with another opportunity for greatness. I'm your fearless leader, Forrest. I invest in stuff. I'm a day trader. We're going to get after it. Today is a Monday. It's 9:47. We're only a little bit super late. I'm going to put my shades on, actually. This light is bright. All right. So here's what we're going to do today. Let's talk a little bit before we get into it. The market's approaching all-time highs, right? We're around all-time highs trading. We know that the market's going to grind. So when we jump into the charts here in a second, we're going to talk about that. Okay, we just swept all-time highs on NQ actually. So let's go ahead and let's just get into it. Let's just get into it a little bit here. Let's just take a little peek. Take a little peek-a-leak. Peek-a-leak. Sean C, what's good? Let's fucking go. Sean C says, let's fucking go. Yo, I'm ready. I'm active. I'm ready to get after it. But in all seriousness, okay, and we are at all-time highs trading. Okay, if we check the VIX cracked our 17 level, right? So the VIX came down, cracked the 17 level. It's coming lower. It's actually right at, what am I on right now? Let's go to the daily. 1732, right? So it's oscillating around this. We did crack below it. We're at all-time highs. So just speaking of the VIX, the VIX's actual level does matter. So people often talk about the direction of the VIX. Is the VIX going up or down? Okay, the VIX is at a relatively lower level than it has been, right? Down here, this is a support level on the VIX, but volatility is decreasing, right? So that's important to keep in mind. Don't expect some crazy shit when the volatility is going down. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work like that, okay? Just not going to happen. Let's go to ES. Take a little peek at ES here. Okay, ES has not cracked all-time highs yet. So my macro analysis, I had a really late start here, guys. Took some me time to sleep because I've been burning the midnight oil. ES still has a little bit of more upside here. Okay, it's very close to all-time highs, but it hasn't actually cracked all-time highs. I actually can't see with those on. Gotta get those out of here. I gotta turn on my screen brightness. So it's pretty close, but it's not entirely there. We can see here that the actual all-time high is up here at 62.89. Okay, so NQ did do that sweep. ES isn't there yet, pretty close. So until we actually sweep the highs, we still do have this as a sweep target, right? All-time high target. There is no data today. Okay, so no tier 1 data today. Gonna be more relaxed day. Okay. Yo, who we got? Kirthana Muthkumar. Hope I didn't butcher your name. Welcome to the party. We got Tinku Biwa, SMK Prabhu, and Neek back up in the building. Make sure you like the stream, y'all. Helps the algorithm. There's plenty of space on the boat. Let's get a few more people on here. So, approaching all-time highs. Okay, let's just characterize the market first. It is Monday, so Mondays I'm usually just characterize the market. I'm not really looking for trades on Monday outside of settlement open. So just to be very clear, I do like taking weekly settlement open trades if there's a trade there. The actual Monday RTH session is where I do chill, but it is very common for me to take settlement open trades. Why? Because the weekly just closed, and very often, pretty often at least, we can get pretty good intuition about what the opening move might be. Did I take one this time? No, I was traveling. I was in New York last week. Let's talk about that, actually. I got a pretty dope video coming for you, to you guys from my travels in New York. Nothing crazy, just like a vlog style video, talk about the market. My crew did a little event, so that'll be coming out this week. Shot and edited by me, just something a little different, mixing it up a little bit. So in characterizing the market, right, we want to think about what the characterization of the market is like the weather, okay? So there's no data today. We're still in uptrend, right? Until proven otherwise. Okay, we're uptrending. We see on the daily, we have a bunch of up candles. On the weekly, we still have a bunch of up candles. Okay, uptrending on the weekly, daily, right? This characterization of the market is very important because it stops you from doing really stupid stuff on the lower time frames, right? Especially if you're someone like a 5-minute trader, right? If you're trading like this and your chart is super zoomed in and you lose track of the bigger picture because you're so zoomed in, to candles like this. There's nothing wrong with trading on the 5. Plenty of people make money trading on the 5. But we can see here how I have no idea what's happening in the macro environment, okay? We could be downtrending, uptrending. We could, be sideways trending. So just start with characterization of the market. So we're uptrending. What else? Okay, approaching all-time highs. Okay, NQ has already swept. Yes has not swept the highs yet. Okay, and we know that this sweep is critical for confluence between the indices. Okay, so it has not swept yet, which means, if we go back to a real time frame here, we still have that target. So there is going to be some wonkiness between the two tickers until they sync up. Why? Because of the last man theory, okay? So we know that there are people positioned here at this high, not just the all-time high. Okay, there are people positioned at these highs. Now, on this time frame, these are going to be big players, but you can see here that we even front ran this high, right, from February. But we know that there are people positioned here, and until we interact with those people, we should expect the market to go and take those people out, right? Max pain, max profit, right? Playing around the major inflections is the easiest way to trade. Let's go to a low time frame. We'll go to the 4-hour. Let's see what's happening on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, okay, we still have this big kind of, downwick candle. We've had a few of these on, the 4-hour, 1 hour, these big downwick candles kind of rocketing us up higher. Okay, so we had that last one on Friday. We have all-time highs up here. We kind of have this little red candle from overnight, and we're coming down here. If we turn on our session volume profile, there is a naked POC right here. We'll mark that as an intraday target, RTH target, right? So this will be a naked POC. A naked point of control means there is a point of control from a session that has not been interacted with. So just how we're thinking about the last man theory for liquidity. We know there's people positioned here. We also know that there are people positioned right here, right? So when we're thinking about places that the market has to interact with or is most likely to interact with, okay, high probability interaction here. Ignore my spelling. I know it's incorrect, but I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to fix it, guys. So, and we can see that. A pretty good example of that was this wick that we got here, right? So on this 4-hour, okay, we had a naked POC that had formed. Let's go ahead and let this reform on our replay tool. So there's a point of control here that formed, was not interacted with, okay? Down candle, boom, and we can see that it comes and interacts with this prior session POC right here. What happens next turns into that massive rocket wick. Okay, so even if it's quickly, the reason why these candles form like this, either slow or fast, is because this is where most of the players are, okay, within whatever the, time frame is that you're considering. But that's exactly why it bounces out of these, right? So whether you're using the session volume profile or even, the visible range, which is essentially an anchored volume profile, we can see that there's a node right here. It's that same node right here, okay? And then when we zoom out, okay, we're going to start to get into the liquidity from prior. Let's actually get rid of our session volume profile and do the main thing we want to do, which is see where our major nodes are on this time frame. So on this time frame, we can see that there is this shelf here that we bounced out of. There's a little node that we're traversing right here. So we have this naked POC below us that I marked. And then above us, oh, excuse me, it's just the all-time highs. We should expect it to grind. A very important thing to know, okay, about all-time highs. This is very important. Very important to know about all-time highs is it's not like a prior day high or low, okay? It is not like a prior day high or low, okay? We are most likely going to crack it and run, okay? That's my general rule of thumb. I'm not expecting when we crack all-time highs on ES for it to interact like a, one of these the intraday levels. I'm expecting us to put in a high and then for the market to run a little bit, okay? That's what I'm expecting. If you want to back test this, you can just kind of look at the entire history of the market ever and see that the market has an upwards bias. It's honestly really simple. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that concept. That's something you should just understand. The market goes up. So when it forms a new high, we should expect it to, go up a little bit higher. It does not do a, whatever. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it and then start talking about it. Anyways, so I'm expecting it to push up a little bit more after it sweeps the high. If it doesn't, that's fine. We'll get a signal candle, okay? We'll get either a signal candle on the daily or the weekly, okay? If we have a very dramatic reaction off of all-time high to where the market actually wants to do a U-turn and change bias, we will very likely get a smashing top wick on the weekly, which is fine. We don't have to be early on that because if we get a very, very high volume, big candle on the weekly, it will get immediate continuation the following week. And we can get a couple thousand points there. So we don't actually need to get the top of the market like pixel perfect. We can, be smarter than that, okay? So that's what we got going on there. Let's take a look at NQ, pop this up. Let's see here. So on the 1 hour, got this prior naked POC right here. Put that there. Naked POC. Again, intraday target. There is also an untapped POC down here at 22,565. Okay, but again, it is Monday and there's no data today. So I'll take this. I'm just gonna put this into my micro just as a snapshot of these naked POCs. My action plan is very simple for today, nothing crazy. This is important. The reason that I do this as well, guys, like this, if you hear me like on Discord or when I'm talking to people or when me and Sol are talking, like we do this really, really fast. Okay, the point of doing it slow or planning, it doesn't have to still take an hour. Okay, especially when the market, isn't overly complicated and there's just a few key levels to hit. You don't need to spend a lot of time on this. The idea is to have simply done the exercise so that if the day does get more complicated, right, we get a little bit of noise in the candles, your macro levels, when the day gets noisy, your macro levels are still the levels that are most likely to hit, right? So wait for the 4 key levels. Let me scroll up. I don't know if you guys can see this. Wait for 4 key levels or our naked POC targets. Still uptrending until proven otherwise. Okay, so what does that mean? That means look for longs off of like a naked POC to all-time highs until ES hits all-time highs, right? So in our plan, we look for longs until ES hits all-time highs, okay? Doesn't mean we just go long. I mean, you could, if you have a big enough account, you could just go long, but it means we want to be long bias at least until we hit that macro target, right? Very, very simple. Good morning. This Thursday and Friday will be less volatile as a holiday. You're exactly right. Just waiting for somebody to mention that. So it is the 4th of July week, okay? Birth of America. What is it marketed as the best country on earth? I do live here. I am a little biased. We have our troubles. Um, but it's also the only country I have citizenship with, so I kind of gotta live with it. You know what I mean? Bro. One of my employees got a new job, and we have all these missing like SD cards and stuff, and like my partner just went to his desk or where he was sitting, and there's just a pile of like 12 just missing cards. Best country on earth. That's what they tell me. The world is a big and beautiful place. There's two things you learn when you travel. I've probably been to 40 or 50 countries, I'd have to think, is the way that we're different is in the small ways, right? It's in our traditions. It's in the way that we say hi to each other, in the way that we show appreciation. It's in how we show respect to our elders and to our peers and things like that. But we're very, very similar. Like if you go to any major city around the world, like people are shopping and they're laughing, and like it's just we're very the same. It's to the point once where I traveled so much, and I saw so many places. I was like, man, like Spain is just Ohio, like not like in a bad way, but like you really realize that like people are the same. Like we're all the same. We just speak different languages. We're literally doing the same shit every single day. Everybody's doing the same shit every single day. Everybody goes to work, right? They're trying not to get, uh, poor. Not trying to get poor. I'm trying to stay unpoor. We're all doing the same things, And day trading, it's one of the best ways to do that, obviously. Just got an email, by the way, for, let me check this. Yeah, Take Profit Trader just updated their accounts to end of day drawdown for their pro accounts, which puts them near the top of the list now for accounts. The thing with TPT is they do daily payouts in a once you're in the pro account. Once you pass the threshold, there's rules and stipulations. But the big thing, my thing with TPT, why I didn't like recommending them to newbies, which is where most of my recommendations are. If you ever watch my videos here and you're like, why is Forrest saying this about this firm? It's because most people watching my videos are new traders. Okay, they're not people. I would just say 99.99% of the people watching these videos are new traders, and for new traders, trailing is a really tough rule to get around. So that was, I've had my video about Take Profit Trader is probably the one I get the most blowback on, and people are like, wah. It's like, bro, for newbies, it's really, really tough. If you're good, yeah, it's awesome. But they've eliminated that, which makes it a lot easier to manage those accounts and copy trade them across different firms as well. So if you're looking to scale, you can check out TPT. I think my code is Force Trading if you want to grab some of those. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry, you can use somebody else's code. I haven't looked at them in a long time, quite frankly. I don't even know if I've, I think I made $40 in commissions, just quite frankly, off of Take Profit Trader. Like I do not make money from those guys at all. But check them out. Definitely worth looking at now. Wasn't I in Japan recently? Yeah, so my partner and I went to Japan in, I can't remember, I'll have to ask her, but we went for like 10 days. It was a birthday present, actually. I asked her where she wanted to go. She said Japan, and so we went for a while. It was chill. Don't know best country, but best futures market in the world. Yep. In TPT, you won't get support from email or Discord. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. But that's why it's very important, guys, to do your own homework on these firms. Read the rules. It's something I tell people in our Discord, which all of you should join. If you're not a member of the Discord, join our Discord. Check it out. Get in there. Hold on. Let's see what the...
For you, then that's perfect.
I'm going to say hi to the MFF folks. I lost my train of thought entirely. Let's take a look at the charts. I am waiting. Really what I want to wait for is the 10 o'clock 4 hour, which just closed. I lost track of time. 10 o'clock 4 hour high volume doji. Yeah, I want to see if we start to fill in this node here, or really this downside, this previous day POC is the area that I really want to interact with today, in terms of us taking a trade, right? So if I could get a long down there, okay, or if we do as well. The giveaway, let me make sure I give you guys the giveaway as well. How many people do we got here? You guys want some accounts? The odds are good. Dallin, what's good, bro? Let me get you guys the giveaway. So My Funded Futures is allowing me to do weekly giveaways, which is pretty crazy, huh? So let me find this sheet. I didn't finish the one from last week, so I'm going to give you guys the same link just for today. And if your name's not already in there, enter it on the form. Okay, doing a giveaway here, but yeah, today's slow. Today's gonna be a slow day. Just what I would do is set an alert down here. What I actually want to look at is platinum and gold. Platinum's coming off of, ooh, man, that went to that target to the penny. Look at this. So this was that next sweep target on platinum. It front ran it. Did it front run it? I marked it on a very high time frame, so we might have actually swept it. We did front run it. Wait, let me actually zoom out here. I need more information. So this was the next sweep target. Yeah, we front ran it a little bit. And still an up candle. So we're getting top wicks on the way here. This next week on platinum, I really want to see if we close a down candle. We have 2 consecutive high volume kind of weekly candles with top wicks here. Then I'll look for a range play short. I've been watching platinum, waiting for this short, right? I want to capture like 300 and like these 300 points down. I don't need the full EV. If I capture like 70% of the EV on the range of platinum, I'll be pretty happy on a swing there. So still eyeballing that and waiting, but we want to see. I want to be patient on that. Is this the same form from last week? It is. I didn't wrap up that giveaway. I was traveling last week, so I got caught up. I never finished it. You won't be disqualified. If you enter more than once, I will make sure that you only have one entry. I do check the list. So No worries. No worries about cheating. I literally won't let you. I literally won't let you. What questions, thoughts do we have? Let's take a look at gold. So gold cracked this kind of, I remember talking about this with Tyler, which I got to link up with this week. I have so much stuff guys, I have so much stuff going on this week. Like, you don't understand. Let me talk to you for a second. We're moving our entire business. So I spent 37 grand on the security deposit for this new commercial space. And then we've got another like 37 grand coming out the door just for like materials and stuff like that for the contractor. It's crazy. Then we're probably going to spend like another 100K on stuff. So I spent a lot of money in the past few days, but we're growing the business. If you want to make some content, get help with your branding and stuff like that, right? We work with the really the best people, right? So in addition to being a day trader, I run this company. And really the reason I run this company, I'm able to do this, and this is the real message, is from day trading, right? This entire business is bootstrapped. We don't have any outside capital. And it's just investing hundreds of thousands of my own dollars from day trading. So if you're thinking about, man, I could buy Lambos, all this, you can also just use your money from day trading to start another business, maybe even a brick and mortar media company. Don't recommend it because it's super hard, but you could do that. Okay, so keep that in mind. Anyways, back to the fun. Oh yeah, they're also doing a MFF this week has a pass one get one, right? So if you don't win this giveaway, they're doing a pass one get one. Whenever you pass, you'll get 2 accounts, which is pretty legit. Pretty legit. I'm trying to decide what size account do you guys want me to trade on stream? Do you want to see? I'm trying to decide if I should do my like $1,000 account challenge, spin that up for you guys. Would that be more relevant, or do you want to see like a 50K account or something on stream? I'm trying to decide what's going to be most interesting for content. 50K. Mir says 50K account. Let's see gold on the weekly. There's a giveaway form, by the way, if you want to sign up for the giveaway. Paolo, what's good, bro? $1 million to 10 million? I wish, man. I wish I had a nice 10 milli that I could just throw around like that. I want to see how gold closes today. So let's add this to our little document here. On the macro, I want to see how the opening daily for this week closes on gold. We might have a little range trade up here back to 34.20, right? There's also this very obvious level right here, right? So there's the edge of the shelf, edge of the node here, and then we have the, resistance level. I really don't like calling things resistance for some reason. I'm resistant to it. $50K, 10K live, $50K, $3,000 live account. You guys are picking numbers all over the place. All over the place. I don't want to trade like a fat count on stream, one, because I think it's going to mess me up if I trade my personal account. So I might do like a 5 or a 10K account on stream. Real money, but it will be just a personal account though. So I'm not going to trade a prop account on stream. I don't really care to, honestly. If you want a prop account though, fill out this form, join the giveaway, and you might just get one. You just might get one. A 3K account would be more realistic to most people. Yeah, I think 3K is going to be the number. I'll do 3K. Do a 30-day 1 MQ challenge. Show everyone the power of trading well versus scalping, guessing, or whatever indicator-driven business they are into. I like it. I like it. All right, we're going to do a 3K account. Fill out the form. Like the stream if you're here. Push these numbers. Let me get, hold on, guys. Am I able to, what's the word that I'm looking for? License-free music. House. Copyright-free deep house. Let's go. Wait, but I don't want it to come through. Can you guys hear this on my microphone? Can you guys hear this? Let me know in the chat if you can hear this or not. Yeah, you hear it? Let me know if it's like, if you can hear it as a source or if it's just bleeding through my mic. It's bleeding through my mic. I'll turn it off. Yeah, but my voice is low. Oh, this is just one video. I want the whole, it's 2 times as loud as I am. We can fix that. Hold on, guys. Due to the power of, holy smokes. All right, what about now? How's that? Is it better? YouTube Music Library. Again, for those of you who came on late, right, our daily plan, my expectation here is that we're going to grind up a little bit higher to ES all-time highs. NQ did do that all-time high sweep. All right, that's just the wrong ticker, I guess. ES. Why does it do this to me? Okay. NQ did do that all-time high sweep. Okay, we can see right here, right? It did sweep this level. We can get rid of this trend line as well. It's already been cracked. Okay. It did sweep that level. Actually, I am going to add this trend line back because it's highly probable that this trend line becomes a support line on a pullback. So just keep this in mind. This line here, we cracked it. If we do a continuation higher, okay, come down, this could be a level that it bounces off of, right? We can see if there's something there around that price. If there's a node or anything there that's reasonable, but we can start to line that up, right? We'll see if there's anything with the auction. So there's a little shape, a little delta in the volume profile right here, right? We can see right here. So that might be the way that this plays out. We'll see. If you want the template, by the way, for this 30-day kind of planning thing, right? So I created this resource, this template, created a whole video explaining what it's for, how to use it. Just go to stan.store/tradingwithforrest. It's completely free. Okay, I have a list of videos explaining exactly how I trade. It's completely free. Okay. It's the same stuff in our Discord. And if you're looking for a trading home, go ahead and join us in the Discord. wap.com/tradeedge. Join us in the Discord. But yeah, go ahead and get this. Do some daily planning. You can see we did most of June. I guess technically I'm over 30 days. I don't know how many days I've been doing this. It's a 30-day challenge, but it's been just about 30 days. But we're going to keep going with it. It's going to go from the 30-day challenge into, holy shit, Forrest is still on stream challenge. I'm pretty excited for my new office because I'm doing a custom build. I'm going to have my own. It's going to be dope. We're going to have this super sick, like massive glass door between our event space and kind of where our studios are. And then my office is going to have like a nice glass door. It's going to have my name on it, you know, COO. And I'm going to do a pretty sick trading/streaming setup in there. So we're in kind of like the purgatory right now. But once that's done, that's where I'll be streaming from consistently. Didn't see how to use the template. So to use the template, just go to stand.stores/trading with Forrest. Okay, if you already got it. So it's going to bring you to this page here. I know it's kind of cut off here. It'll bring you to this page. Okay, there's a video explaining what it is. But once you go to the calendar, so in this calendar view, if you click a new item, the default is this daily plan. So what I do every day is I try to start my day with 3 wins. Okay, so my 3 wins are stretching, drinking water, and watching a motivational video. This is important because, you know, there's so many things in our life that are out of our control. Most of the things in our life actually are out of our control. So we want to control our environment as much as possible. And also pouring into yourself is really, really critical, right? You want to pour into yourself as much as possible. And ideally, that's the first thing you do every day. It doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to go do an ice bath or something crazy. This is literally stretching because I'm 34 and, you know, I do a lot of physical activity. Drinking a cup of water just makes sense, and watching a motivational video. Okay. This is really important to me because I've noticed on the days where I'm most resistant to doing this one are the days where it's the most helpful, right? It's just good to just hear some positive stuff, you know, put it into your mind. So start every day. You can change your 3 wins into whatever makes sense to you, right? Maybe it's spending 5 to 10 minutes with your kids. Maybe it's spending some time outside on a walk, you know, walking your dog, whatever, just something that's nice and quick that you can do consistently. Then we go into our macro analysis. So I have some bullet points to help you how to think about this, right? So starting with the weekly, the daily, these are all the things that I just do by nature now. But I have them as a checklist. So I haven't been using the checklist. I have it here. This is a template, by the way, that I got from my coaching program, right? So this is the same thing that, you know, I teach people to do in that order. It's right here. So it's really powerful stuff if you use it. The bar is very low. Most people don't do these things, which is why they continue to struggle. So if you can just force yourself to do just a little bit of the monotony and the tedium on a daily basis, you're going to have a really big backlog of, you know, positive activity, which will set you up to be successful. So that's in there. And then there's 2 other default items here, right? So we haven't talked about my playbook trades here on stream too much. I'll probably set up a day to talk about that. But if you take one of our playbook trades, right, and if you're curious, what are the playbook trades? Well, there's a video here called the 2 setups. So this explains the 2 setups that I trade in VPE, and they're called out here. So maybe I want to take a prior POC retest trade. Okay, that's one that I'm eyeballing today, right? This works kind of as like a switchboard. Okay, the more of these that I check off, the better the trade is. Okay, if I'm taking a trade and I'm not able to say, hey, this was on any of these time frames or a higher time frame, I didn't have a signal candle, there was no higher volume, right? It really becomes helpful. Then I can tag things here and say this was also on like CPI or whatever, right? It wasn't CPI, but I would say today is a no day to day, right? That would be a tag that I would add. So over time, what you end up with is a backlog of plans and trades. And then when you go to your table view, I can sort this by different tags. I can search it by profitability. You can add as much stuff as you want into this, right? Customize it. I highly recommend doing that. You have to make your own. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna see mine that I started here from the template. If you'll need to like make a copy. Not exactly sure how to do that off the top of my head, but yeah, you'll need to make a copy and you'll be able to edit it, right? But this is in Notion as well. So if you haven't used Notion, take some time to figure it out. It's not no rush. There are other tools to do it, right? There's TradeZella. Is another thing you can use. Another cool thing that I've been working on is a ton of updates to my equity research tool here. I'll need to, you guys can't even see this, but this thing is almost ready for prime time. I'll spend some time on that later. I'm not going to do that right now, actually. But I have a tool for historical option research that I've had for a long time. It's also connected in the Discord if you want to use the bot commands there. And then there's a chat interface that I've been working on. I'm trying to make it as hands-free. My goal is to have like a Tony Stark hands-free trading assistant, which is what I've been building. So all the UI and stuff is like kind of the foundation there. Oops, kicked my camera. My goal is the hands-free side. So I'm ironing out the kinks on that. I'm probably weeks away from that being ready to go, but I'm pretty excited about it. I literally work on it all the time. All the time. And we're just ranging here. Let's see if we can get more of a D-shaped VP. So session's moving along here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this giveaway actually. So I have a few more responses here. Let me get the list of names here. Alrighty. And we're gonna put this into random name picker. Hold up, guys. Wheel of names. Now we'll do the random name picker. What the hell? Just blew my stream up on accident. There's our list of names. We're gonna pick 4. Doing 4 a week. So this is last week's giveaway technically. You guys hearing this? Hold on, guys. Just gotta do a little dance break. Just a little. All right, I'm back. Don't worry about that. We're back. Is the feed up still? It's up. Let's see. Make sure we don't have any duplicates here. Mirror is in there twice. We'll get you out of there, brother. Get on out of there, brother. Pick a random name. All right. You guys are ready to see who the winners are? The winners are John Lowe, Kier Thanamathukar, Dylan Fowl, and my boy Carbs. Okay. In order to win, dude, I could go crazy. I really want to connect my stream to I'm gonna do it some days. I can't do it on like an everyday stream, but you know, I love absurdist humor. I want to be absurd, so I might do some crazy stuff once we're at the studio. neither here nor there. In order to get your account, the email that you signed up with in the form has to be the email that you have at My Fun and Futures. I'm not going to waste a lot of time going back and forth and fixing this for you guys. So I'll add that on a note on the going forward forums. But if you signed up with a separate email, I'm just going to pick somebody else and you'll have to try to win later. So just keep that in mind. If you're concerned, to shoot me a message on Discord with the email for the account that you have at My Fun and Futures, and I'll get it done. But I'm going to send these winners to the My Fun and Futures team at the end of day today. Okay, so just a little call out there. You should be fine, but I have all your emails in the form. So congrats to John Lowe. Kier, yo, Kier, you got to give me like a pronunciation like cheat sheet. I'm gonna call you Kier. Dylan Fallon Carbs are this week's My Fun and Futures account giveaway winners. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Oh, also the daily rating. This is something I haven't really been using. But every day, I want you to rate how you feel on the day. So when you're doing this daily thing, right? This is something I did for a Kier Thana. I mean, I think I got it. But yeah, every day, rate how you feel on the day. This is really useful. So the combination of this daily rating and the tags, it's not going to seem to important on the day, but let's just say that I felt great on the day and I had a thesis that failed. Okay, so when I look back and I look at my P&L on the day and I see I had a very small red day, very small red day, and I go, oh well, I felt great that day. Then let's say another day, I didn't sleep, I didn't do my morning thing, and my rating on the day was like a 3. And then I look at my P&L, and it's like, oh my God, I was like chasing and revenge trading. And eventually you'll go, oh, maybe if I notice I feel like crap, I should just not trade at all. So you'll just have more data points. Trading is very subjective, and so we're trying to create as much objective material to look back on as possible. Okay, so all these different tags and things, use that as you're trading. Okay, we'll put a 9 for today. I think I feel pretty good about today, and we'll say it's uptrending. Okay, so use those tools. Carbs, welcome back. POC shifted lower on NQ. We still have this previous day naked point of control down here at 22,735. We'll adjust this line a little bit, right? So this node right here, it's not just the actual price. Okay, there is a node here. There's a block of liquidity, right? So we're looking for that liquidity block. We could even go for the previous day VAL if we actually look at the shape of the VP here. On ES as well, the point of control is right here, but we do have, okay, a decent block of liquidity down to here, right? So somewhere in this area is what I would look for. Another thing that we could use is see if there is a trend line that we could lock in here. So here's a low down here. Let's see if these line up. Go figure, they do. Okay, so we've got a nice little bottom trend line that we could use as well. And so that's not going to align exactly with the POC retest, right? It would have to crack it a little bit and traverse this shelf on NQ. Let's see what we get on ES here. We have a support trend line. Let's go way back. Same thing there, right? It's going to crack it a little bit. So we'll see what happens here. It's Monday, no catalyst today. Don't really need to push the limits too much there. Let's check what the calendar is for the week. Tomorrow, we have Fed Chair Powell at 9:30 in the morning. ISM Manufacturing at 10 and Jolt at 10. So tomorrow is likely going to be very active. We have non-farm, employment change on Wednesday. And then remember, it's a holiday week. These holiday weeks, by the way, I think we're going to get a move this week, to say the least. Or settlement open of the day after the holiday. We're going to get a serious move. Would be my anticipation. Didn't wake up when you're supposed to, so not trading today. That's good. Discipline is important. You know? It's actually the most important thing. It is more important than breathing. It's probably not more important than breathing, but it's pretty important. Pretty important. Coming down to this previous session POC here. Let's see if we go for it. I think we get down there eventually, but it's Monday. POC did shift lower on NQ. ES is still higher. If we keep building value down here, ES POC will shift lower, and then yeah, we'll make a little move down there. It's not a big move though, right? Remember, VIX is lower, right? So it's only 83-point move lower, so don't like go nuts with it. I'm still long bias, right? We're in an uptrend, so looking for longs. You don't have to take the short. Just because you have a thesis that the market's going to move to a level lower doesn't mean you have to short into it. You could just wait till long at that price. It's totally fine. Okay? Just keep that in mind. I'm going to start freestyling on stream. What if I did that? Huh? You guys like that? I don't think you were. We're Willie Outcha. That's a good name, bro. That's a good name, brother. We're really Outcha. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. Let's see if ES goes for 62.2150. Okay, and remember, we do have this trend line. So we want as much confluence as possible. There is a little bit of liquidity. Okay, there's a block right here. There's these little nodes jutting out right here, right? But we want to see if there's confluence with the trend line and liquidity. There honestly isn't too much here, not in the visible range on ES or NQ. NQ more so, right? We can see that this node right here, this negative POC, there's this pretty major delta in the volume profile right here, right? And remember, these are people, right? We're looking at the volume of people's positionings at prices, and so these big changes are important because anywhere there's a delta is where the market's most likely going to react, right? Just makes sense. Harry Mack, who we have Freestyle Forrest. Ugh. Freestyle Forrest is crazy. Hi, Nick. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping in. We will be doing, I'm going to make the new form. If you missed this giveaway, I'm going to make the form for this week. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. So, I wonder if there's a way to just duplicate a form. That would be ideal, huh? make a copy. Let's call this the week of July 4th giveaway. And MFF email. Make sure to use the email you have an account at My Funded Futures with. Don't cheat or I'll find you. All right, we want to say anyone with the link can respond. Publish this, copy the link for you guys, and okay, now, what's up, Quad? What's up, Todka? Do me a favor, like the stream. So that's the form for this week's giveaway, okay? We're gonna do them every week, but we're gonna announce the winners on Friday this week like we're supposed to. Weekly giveaways. Check that out. Any last minute questions or thoughts from me? Slow day, guys. As a quick recap, right? We're looking for the naked POC on both ES and NQ, right? Prior session, naked POC. Porta controls the area within a session or within every whatever time frame you're looking at that has had the most volume. That volume isn't an arbitrary word, right? When we're looking at volume across time, we're thinking about where people's bases are, right? And so the market is always going to interact, right? And so the edges of the market, prior day high and lows, or that's most likely to happen, as well as high volume or high value areas, as we call it, in volume profile land. Okay, so that's why it's so important. We're trading with and against each other ultimately. Okay, I know we're all trading with each other here, but the market moves due to a lot of people making the same decision at the same time, right? That aggression comes in, right? So be patient today. Remember the calendar for the entire week. We've got tier 1 data. We've got PAL tomorrow at 9:30, something else at 10. We have holiday week. So it's going to be an interesting week. This week is not a week where you need to, like, you know, get blown up. No week is a week where you should get blown up, but just be smart, be careful about it. Fill out that form. Okay, I'll link it again. If you missed it, like the stream. If you don't mind, I appreciate it. Helps with the algorithm. We're going to keep streaming. And that's all I got. I appreciate y'all taking a moment of your lives to spend some time with me. I'm going to do I think 3K is going to be the number, right? Something that is relatable. So I'm going to go ahead and dump 3K into a little live personal account, and we'll trade that. We'll trade that on stream, see how we do. Download the template, right? If you have not been planning every day, if you kind of show up every day without a plan and you're not sure what to do, get my template. Okay, the link is in the stream below, stan.store/trading with Forrest. It's completely free. Okay, make a copy of it, watch the video, follow the directions, do it for yourself. Whether I'm on or not, I'm very busy. Okay, I run a company, I do a bunch of other stuff. Do not let anyone, including me, anyone you look up to, determine your success, right? You have to make your dreams a reality. It's up to you. Okay, I'm here to help, but it's up to you. Okay, so whether I'm here or not doing it with you, plan every single day, make a plan, execute your plan, measure your execution, and then next day adjust your plan according to your measurements. And you just keep doing that every day, and you'll start to develop a sense of mastery. That's all I got for you. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.